I hope you can hear us. Rodrigo, the Milonga para José is released. There's a new song of the Moabit. Yes, and it was released a couple of hours ago. Milonga para José, this is the name in Portuguese. The name in English is Joseph Ballad or Ballad. In Hebrew, Habalada al Yosef. And it came as twins, yes? Meaning there is a version of the song as it is, and there is a dub version. Dub is like a branch of Jamaican music, meaning you take the vocals from the song, the original vocals, and you just quote parts of the vocals, and there's like more echoes inside. This is the dub version. So, hello, Yanis. We're very happy to see you here. So, in a way, both versions released at the same moment, meaning it's an album. There is the song, Milonga para José, Joseph Ballad in English, a Balada al Yosef in Hebrew. So this is the song. And there's also a dub version. And both of those versions are there, and you can listen to them. I posted them on YouTube as a post. There's also in Twitter, what today is called X, and all the music platforms. So soon you will be able to hear them. Happy to see you here. And if you have questions, Yanis, I've seen your question today. Thank you very much. Rodrigo, if you have something, would you like to unmute? Please feel free. Or Yanis, if you want to unmute and you want to share something, please feel free. Friends on YouTube, we're very happy to see you as well. I can post the lyrics. I'll try to find them quick as possible here in English, and maybe you would like to read them for us. I'll try to find them here quick as possible. It's a beautiful song. 1 second. This is here under. I have to leave in a way the class. I have to leave. If I will quote now the song, I will have to leave the class. So it's not really doable at the moment. Rodrigo, can you speak? Can you unmute and speak? That would be lovable.
Hello, Eti. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. How do you do today?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine, Eti. Thank you very much. Good morning, Yanis. Good morning, friends on YouTube. Eti, it is great to hear from you about this, how can I say, this manifestation, this creation that you do from Israel, this music that came here. I listen all musics on Moabit's channel on YouTube. It's great songs. It's amazing. I didn't hear Milonga para José. It's the new music. I don't hear yet, but it's amazing to see how can I say, in these conditions, in this environment, in this circumstance that you are, how can I say, you are able to offer and to share this to us. It's amazing, unbelievable. Thank you very much, really.
Thank you. And this is, I'm trying now to, how do you say, to concise the song that it will fit here in the, very happy to see you here, Jill. Good morning. So I'm just trying to minimize the space that everybody could see the lyrics of the song. Yes, okay, now I manage. And in this way, I think, I think we have it. More or less. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 verses. Fernando, good morning. We have Milonga para José. There's a new song. Habalad al Yosef, Joseph Ballad and Ballad. And here are the lyrics translated into English. I translated them, not gave them to the GPT AI to translate. I did it. And to how do you say, to conserve the feeling that it will not take a different direction. So homemade translation. Not self-doership, but homemade translation. And Rodrigo, would you like to read the lyrics for us in English?
Yes, Etsy, I can read it.
Yes.
So, Milonga para Joseph, Joseph Ballad. A jackal's hole shatters the heavens, and in Dothan, the valley of seven, is standing Joseph in the hole, without a garment, without a soul. Water is not there, not at all. Not a fish, not a bucket, not a single ball. Only scorpions all over wide, and infinite snakes from side to side. Not brothers stretched like a handful palm, not horses and saddles made out of gum. Only darkness in the hole, no wings, no feathers, no light at all. Not a splendor or a branch, not a bird in beauty stretched. Only dry is the hole, darkness like tar, not light at all. But a caravan of Ismailites from Gilead slowly moves, carrying with the embalments like in a mother's womb. To Egypt they descend, a narrow land of slavery made. To a clown Joseph a soul, he that yearns like a spoon to gold. Many days will come to pass, and conversations plenty of, with ministers of drinking bakers, and the greatest butchers of all. He then to the king will be taken, to solve a dream that can never be forsaken. Then he will understand that he was elected, that he is the man of peace, the one who selected.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rodrigo, for the reading. And good morning, Fernando. Good morning, Jill. Good evening, Yanis. Good morning.
Amazing, Eti.
Yes, for
congratulations. Beautiful,
yes.
Beautiful song.
Yes. So
thank you to share.
It's for you. Yes, it's for you there. And whenever you have the time, you can listen. You can ask questions. There's also a Hebrew text that is posted underneath the English version that you could move between the Hebrew and the English and have a sense of what is happening there. So it is for you. This is a beautiful thing. Thank you, Rodrigo. Thank you, Fernando, for telling me that I'm muted. Good morning, Fernando. Good morning, Jill. Good evening, Yanis. Good afternoon, Aryeh, Israel, wherever you are. And we're very happy to be here with you here. Yes. Yeah. Yes, the place of reborn. This is interesting. This is today. It's interesting, Fernando. Today is the second day of ceasefire. There's still tense in the air, and suddenly life returns here. And I told Andra today, it's just like a renaissance. Yes, after yes, we are living. We just went to the mall to drink coffee, and you see the pulse of people streaming. Suddenly, there was no civilization. People were in bunkers for so many days. We cannot even, we could not estimate the time. anymore. Yes, it just could not. And suddenly you see people pumping, and it's like today, I don't know, this, how do you say, they call it November, they have this Friday something sale usually, and it just comes together with a ceasefire, and you see people are moving, running, meaning running and just doing things like daily life, which they, Black Friday, yes, and people could not do this at all because everybody was like behaving like soldiers, just the bare necessities, really bare necessities, not being around at all. It's just because it's like a jeopardy to be out and about. It is really, really. And we were waiting for the Metronet. Metronet is like a fast bus. Yes. And I told Anna, look, a couple of days ago, we could not be here because at the spot that we were just standing to take a bus home or on the way home, they were triangling this target. The mall, there is a little settlement there, and there's like certain factory of the, let's say, Israeli defense engineering thing that helps us a lot, and they were triangulated the area. It's not far from home. It's not even in a radius of 5 kilometers, not even that. But they were triangulating this and shooting so many rockets at this place, and people were hit, and also they are alive, but there are injuries, yes, but we could not do this, only today. And I told Anna, it's like just you feel that we got, all of us, in a way, a second chance, like a renaissance, like there's a new creation. It's not the same people that we used to be. Like we say this all the time in the movies here in this platform or those conversations, there is no historical figure. Every moment we are being born, and suddenly you could see that the whole population is like being, in a way, get a startup from zero. Like new people, not there's a new spirit, you know, it's just different. It's not the same people that, in a way, it's so different. And Andra said, I can feel the booming already after the war. Whether it will, let's say, the ceasefire will be happening, or they might, because there's also sense in the air that it might break every moment, because they're not people of the word. You know, you cannot reach an agreement with them because they don't have a word. Yes, you cannot trust a word because they say something and they opposite themselves while they're doing something. So still here, everything is under a great question mark. Yes, great and huge question mark, because in a split of a second, everything can return to bunkers and so. But still you feel how terrorism, ignorance, stupidity, whatever they do, how much they align together, all of the Muslim world, Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, how much they come together, they cannot stop life. No one can stop life. And this is the beauty of it. Suddenly you see people are streaming, and everybody's very polite, and people just calling and say, how do you do? Wish you a good day. Today I heard a granny on the phone. She was calling a new mother, like, and wishing her, like, she will grow the children in an easy way, a lovable way. And this is what, nobody can stop life. No one. How stupid, cruelty, whatever, nobody can stop life. This is an amazing thing. And suddenly it's just a little cafe, but people are just streaming to this cafe, not because of something, just to have a sense of normality. This is I don't think that someone in the West, we say West, is because the West is also all over the place. Whenever there's a Western civilization is happening, organized system, I don't mean just geographically West, but sense of logic and order and building up and culture. I don't think that anyone on this planet experienced such kind of a life. I don't think that people, even if they're here from different continent, cultures, languages, backgrounds, never experience such a constant, imminent threat on life. Every moment, every moment, every moment. And it does something. And it does something to the people who are living here. It doesn't matter, again, from which background they're coming. Because there are people here from many, many different backgrounds and cultures. It does something. It's not for granted that you can go and drink coffee, take a bus, and you'll not get shot by 10 rockets, or maybe 50 or hundreds or 1,000. It's not for granted. Not at all. Even yesterday there was a ceasefire, and they say it will start at 10 o'clock in the morning. They already prepare the children and the schools, and they ask them not to open the school because they don't know how people in the other side will behave. So there was a very, very, how do you say, concise tension yesterday. No children on the street, no school, nothing, no people on the street at all, just the bus. And we said, okay, let's try, and here the bus was coming. Oh, okay, if something is happening in this area, we cannot jump from the bus and take a refuge because it's industry zone, so let's continue to the bay. Yes, because in the bay there's like a little kind of let's say a space of buildings, and if something happens you can take a refuge or go to a, how do you say, bunker. So we continued all the time yesterday with the opening of the ceasefire. It was 10 ceasefire, 10:30 we left, with all the time with the ears, like cats. It might come every moment because you can never trust them. This is how they even tell you, without shame. And we continue, and we were drinking coffee, and we could not believe that we're drinking coffee in the open air, because suddenly you meet civilizations. We were bunkered 60 days and night, in concrete walls. Yeah, we could see something from the window, and once a week or two or twice we used to go to the supermarket under very, very hard pressure, or sometimes under sirens and pressure of bombing and so. So it does something to a living soul, even to the cats it does. And but also you saw it is at the same moment there was a huge attack on Saturday night, 10 days ago, and it was so huge that the system could not even process it, the alert, and could not play the siren. So the missile came before the siren, and I heard it, and it was horrible. And it was already after dark, like 8 o'clock in almost winter, so it's 4 hours after the sunset. It's quite, nobody expected, because before they never shoot at night, only in the day. And it also delivered this beautiful, at the same moment we left the room, we drank something, just to recapitulate a bit, and then this song came, Milonga para José. It came as a beautiful, I saw that the fingers were typing something. It just came through. I just typed it, and with it came also with the music. Everything came as one piece, and also this comes from the source. Yes, and now we're 10 days after, and the song is out with a dub version. It's like 2 songs. Yes, you can make more. Yeah, and I told Andre, look. Now it's Thursday, almost 24 hours after they declare, so to speak, a ceasefire. And we released 2 songs this morning, and on Saturday we released already 2. This is Ali Be'er, Rise Up Well, and Doze Like a Horse. And where do you find it? He says, it cannot be, it was not this Saturday. I said, yes, Andre, it was 5 days ago, it was Saturday, and we released 2 songs. And he was saying, yes, but the sense of time, since there's, yes, on the calendar, it's 5 days. But since there were constant bombing until the ceasefire, the sense of time is changing everything. So you see, within 5 days, 4 songs were released, and the sense of time is just yes, the production is, you can also speak, Fernando, if you can, if it's from in the office it's possible, you can also speak. He could not believe that. He says, what? In 5 days we released? I said, yes, because it was like all this recording and processing and mixing and consulting what to do, how it is being heard. And so it was, all this coming and going was happening under the, so to speak, this umbrella of constant bombing. And in a way, the more they were shooting, and they shoot really a lot before the ceasefire, because this is what happens, this is the law of war. Since they're going to be, or it's all over the place like this, whenever they're going to declare a sense of ceasefire, there's like a game. This is one of the games of war, is a game, yes? And part of the rules of the game is people start shooting even harder before the ceasefire to make, like, how do you say, more facts on the ground. So between Saturday and yesterday, there was something which, laundry machine of constant shooting, and we were encapsulating here with you, trying to survive, basically. So those songs, and it doesn't matter if people like the music or not, if it's their kind of musical taste or not. Those songs for us is a way to survive, to stay alive and sane. And it's not for granted. So for us, the songs is not just a song, it's just a world to live in. An alternative world, or like Noah's Ark, yes, to live in, while people are getting here, psychopaths or schizophrenic people in Lebanon shooting, and from all frontiers, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, all over the place, Yemen, so many places that West Bank, yes, they call it West Bank, but it's like smuggled weapon comes from Iran, from Russia, yes, many, Israel in a way, it's like a symbolic war, yes, Israel against the time, or they call it the 70 nations of the world, but the sense of people, they just want to take infinity. People cannot, never can beat infinity. There's no two. There's only one. So, wow, it was very, very intense, and we are very happy to be here with you and to be alive and to speak to you and to converse with you and to create with you. We appreciate your friendship, we appreciate your questions, we appreciate your presence here very, very much. It's not for granted to be alive. It's not for granted, not at all. Thank you, Jill. Andra says, maybe one day, we don't know how it is to be in Brazil or in South, maybe, I said, Andre, I just try to walk a few meters from home, I just not to get shot. So we don't know. We just don't know. Please feel free to say, to unmute, to speak. Yes, yes, it is true. It is wonderful to be able. Life, in a way, provides what we need, and provide this friendship and the ability that from continent to continent and to compose things and to exchange and to send something to the world, which is a compositions of different, in a way, not different, but different aspects of one awareness that comes through a song. Yes. So in a way, this song is not just about Joseph as historical story or figure. It's about and you will hear the jackal howling in the song. Maybe you did not hear it yet. Yes, Fernando.
Hello, Etty, and shalom, friend.
Hello, hello.
You hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we hear you.
It is it is so good to hear you right now, to receive this news. And I'm so happy. I just wish to share the experience of making music through this war, like an observer, or how can I say, not exactly an observer, but how I saw this immense production of music that we had, because it's difficult uh, to imagine, even to imagine how it came. And so just to share with friends, because I was telling Andre that maybe with time we're gonna articulate what was happening, because Eti and Andre was passing through this that I cannot imagine. I can barely imagine the pressure of this kind of situation. But the songs that was being made, it was interesting, and this I wish to share with the friends here. That the interesting fact is that, like Katie used to bring a new lyric, and some friend, Andre, Felipe, or even I or Eti would grab a guitar or something and take a melody. But from this scratch to the end of the process, this it was completely different what happens to the music. Like the music starts from one end, and it finishes completely changed, and completely it would be unimaginable to think how it would end the production of the song. The song would change all the time with the insertions and things that was being made. And I was so this the production, the the experience of the production was something that for me it was like a life experience that I'm not able to articulate properly yet. So I was telling to Andre that about this process of, because it changes a lot. If you listen like this Milonga, uh, Joseph Joseph Ballad, you're gonna see on YouTube that we have two versions, one electronic version and one with the band, let's say. So even for this song, it was not only a one hit. It was two hits. It is like two completely different songs in one song, and this was happening all the time. It was like a flow of images and a flow of songs and of conversation that uh, I don't know. I'm not like I said. I cannot express because I feel that is a transformation of the soul that brings from a place that we are not trying to control with the mind, you know. And I said to Andre that maybe with time I will be able to articulate, and the answer that he gave me was amazing. He said, "Well, we are articulating through music, and this is it, you know." So in fact, it will not be a rational thinking of how was made this process, because the song is just an outcome of this whole process, you know. So I just wish to share this to the friends because Eti brought some days ago about the tomatoes, right, Eti? When
Yes,
they are stressed, they bring the sweetness.
yes,
And I think that this is the human being sweetness. The the creative process is the human being sweetness that we can bring to the world, you know. So just to share this, Etienne, and to express my happiness somehow listening to this news that you brought to us today.
thank you, Fernando. Thank you so much. Yes, it is true. This transformation, you know, people who are reading those books about the Hebrew roots, or they read other books, in Weinreb's books or Gershom Scholem, or about it, they're always speaking about how life, in a way, are wearing a form and losing a form, because the duality always change in a way in its dressing to us, like seasons and so. The, the sages are calling it lilbosh tzura, to wear a form, lifshot tzura. Lifshot, הכוונה, the meaning is like to wear and then to relieve this kind of dressing or wearing or appearance. So all the time reality, in a way, is dressing with a form and just leave its dressing and wearing another form. And then we have a transform form, which is a transformation. And this is what happens, or what is happening with those songs all the time. And this is what happens also in our conversations. While, yes, conversing, while exchanging text and notes and musics and little snippets of recording of any instruments, or even a joke or something that someone experienced, yes, there's a constant transformation, meaning the river that is mentioned in Genesis. V'nahar yotze me'eden. Yes, and a river comes out of Eden. This is not a geographical river. This is the source of life that comes from Eden. What is Eden? The sages are saying Eden HaChochmah, the Eden of wisdom, this infinite consciousness. So there's a river which is flowing all the time. Yes, from Eden of consciousness, and is moving through us all the time. When we are empty, what does it mean empty? There is no sense of self-doership. It flows even in a way, in more intensive way. And once we are sharing it, because sharing is a sense of not having any holding. Yes, people, when they hold something, it's like they don't release it. There's a sense of a wall. Sharing it, it means let it flow through you. So once we are sharing it, also influence or comes something else from the other friend, and there's a constant streaming. So there's, while conversing, or let's say playing along with the words, or suggesting parallel worlds or languages, or try to understand through other stories and experiences, there's all the time The river is moving, the flow of life. And this is so beautiful because the flow of life or the river is stronger than any kind of acknowledgement of a war which is happening. Fernando was reading in France the book of Zohar, and they speak about judgments, yes, din, judgments or gvura. So there is, what is gvura or judgment is to stop something. This is overcoming, yes, but it's restricting life, yes, restrict. But in this river, you don't restrict. You just let it flow. And this is what it brings. And this is reality. So Andre was asking today, so how come Fernando and Felipe, they share this world, yes? I said, because this is their reality. This is the inner reality. It's the same reality. People can sit in Brazil or in other space, geographic, and they can, because this is reality is only inner. And this is a mystery. This is the world, Olam. This is the world, Olam. It comes from Ne'elam, the hidden or the mystery. Yes? The hidden. Something comes from the hidden. Yes? And being revealed. Like you take fish out of the water. First, the fish is under the water. Is not revealed to the eye. Yes? It's hidden. But once you pull it, it is revealed. Happy to see you here, Ogbai. If you have questions or you would like to share something, please feel free. The most important thing is just, in a way, not to hang on, yes, not to hold on. And once we don't hold anything, it just, there's only being, and this is the river which is floating, and it's unconditional. It just comes all the time, and it brings with it every moment like a breath of air, like oxygen. It brings with it whatever it brings. And this is what we're sharing here. And I'm very happy to share it with you. Because once Fernando was sharing, I think there was a question about how to therapize people by showing them. It's a question I think that Cindy came with, and Fernando explained it later, when they try to therapize people by showing them a lot of pictures. Yes, like it will clear the post-traumatic experience. I think that when Cindy asked and Fernando was explaining about this kind of therapy. Is it right? Yes. The thing is, and this is what happens also with these songs and poems or musical creations, and it is once you're listening to this higher note or this silver string, the river that comes from Eden, it is so strong than all the other, so to speak, what people call reality, shelters, bomb, intercontinental missile, they don't exist there. So why do I bring, in a way, this? Because just showing someone many pictures, I don't know if it really managed to do something, but just being in a picture, in a poem, in a guitar note, this reality is so strong that everything is being shattered next to it. So in a way, 10 people can sit under the same conditions, just bombing, slaughtering. You know, you heard or you read about this. There is no need to go into details about the face of a war or the game of war. It's not a beautiful thing, yes? But many people can be in the same space and, so to speak, under the same conditions. But those who will listen to this inner chord, or silver chord, yes, the reality, so to speak, how reality in brackets, horrible as it is, will never touch them, because they are conceived in a higher inner space, above space and time. Say they don't experience the bombing, whatever, walls are being falling, buildings are being demolished, people are being under ruins, and so they don't experience this as reality. Yes, we don't experience this as reality. Reality, this is what happens inside, not external. Yes, and this is why you're so not moved. In a way, it's not happening to everyone. Yes, but you're not being moved by something which is not real, because the manifestation is not real. Yes, Fernando. Another thing that amused me is that in day-to-day life we usually receive these little seeds from the unknown, these little gems, but we do not let them grow. And so these days it was something that came from the GAR and was directly delivered. Yes, Gar to Malchut, that's correct. The upper three, yes. Yes, Arya. The Eden River should flow, but there's all the time, there's changes. Things are happening all the time. All the time. Yes, just to notice that change is happening all the time. Something happened yesterday. I have to share with you. I have to. Yesterday, at somewhere at dinner time, it's the first time we went to the bay after 60 days. We did not leave the house. And in the evening, we had a little dinner with a stew, because it's winter, it's cold. So it was very intense conversation next to the table in the evening, because it was first time we left the house and we met civilization, so to speak. And it was so intense that each one had this bowl, yes. And Andre had a wider, I have more little, because this is how it is. And we went to the marble where the kitchen is, to put another portion. And the conversation was so, we did not notice, the conversation was so intense, trying to process what happened yesterday in the ceasefire, the tension, and in spite of the tension, people are trying to live, because they prepared us in the case of they will not keep the war, they will bomb us while being there. We are returning to take each one another portion of a stew, and the conversation was so engaged that each one put another let's say, portion, and returned to the table. And I told Anna, look, we're eating stew, but each one eats from the other's one's bowl, because they're different shape. Yes, each one. Andre has the dipper and a little one. So I said, we're eating from different, we exchanged the bowls. And I said to Andre, but how we were before, each one was having, so to speak, his or her, And we went to the marble to get another portion, and we were so engaged with the conversation that we returned to the table and each one got another bowl. And Andro said something very beautiful. He said, this is what happens in life. We just think that we know, but who knows what is happening all the time in the back end or in the background, that everything is being changed and we don't even notice. I hope it was, this example in a way was understood. What we think that we hold or the thing that we know is not really it. And we always, what is happening in the background is so different what is happening in the front end. Just an example. I said, when? When did we exchange? When? It's a good example. There's a beautiful example also by an artist called Yossele Bergner. Yossele, again, Joseph, yes? Joseph Bergner. He was a painter and an artist. And among other artistic projects that he participated, he used to make backgrounds for theater plays. And he always gives this beautiful, in a way, example. He said, you go to a theater, you see the actors on stage speaking their speech or saying their lines, but in the background of the stage, already the landscape is changing in a way from landscape or atmosphere of a room. Suddenly everything moves and you see hills and mountains. They continue to speak, but everything is changing in the background in the source code. And in a way, he says, this is our life. What we see in the eyes is not reality. What we don't see, which is in the back, and this is reality, he used to say. And he used to say we don't have a clue of what is happening, really. So this illusion that we think that we know because we, it's an illusion. Something else, completely else, happens in the background, and we don't have a clue of what is happening. And in a way, things that you cannot explain or express in a rational way through sentences, they come in a poem, because a poem has its own way to speak. Poem is a very concise, direct, and intelligent way to say things that you cannot say otherwise. It always finds its way to say the truth. Like, in a way, there is a beautiful example of Serach bat Asher, Serach, daughter of Aisha. When Jacob was mourning many, many years for Joseph, he believed that he died because Judah showed him the garment dipped in blood of the goat. So he believed that he was mourning of Joseph for many years. But once the brothers went to Egypt and there was all what was happening there, they had to come and to deliver the message, give the message to Jacob that Joseph is still alive there. But they were afraid that if they will say the truth, it will break his heart and he will die. So they didn't know how to do it. And suddenly came Serach bat Asher. She was a prophet. And she started singing and dancing in front of the grandpa. This is Jacob. And while singing, and dancing, always in a way like, let's say, waves to the shore. She was approaching near and then getting far, and slowly just poeting the message that Joseph is still alive while singing and dancing. In this way, the message comes, yes, but it's not offensive, yes, it's not hard. In a way, Jacob can receive the message without breaking into pieces, without losing his life or sanity. And in a way, this Milonga, this Joseph ballad, also says a similar story. Joseph is alive, and maybe it was an exchange that I exchanged yesterday, yes, telling Felipe about Serach Bat Asher. Who knows? Maybe was her way to deliver this message to Jacob. That he is alive, solving dreams in Egypt. And the beauty, and just one sentence about poems in general and conducting music. How do you say maestro? There's a maestro that conducts the music, and so. In many psalms in Hebrew, we find the combination la menatzeach, to the triumph, to the winner, shir mizmor, and to the triumph, to the one who wins, there is a poem or a psalm. This is how usually they translate it. In personal, there is a personal triumph or personal winner, yes. But it's not it, because Hashir, the song, the poem, is a winner. It's not about personal winnership. The song, the existing of a song, it means that there's a winning. No winner, no personal doership, but winning. The fact that a poem or a song already is out there, this is the winning. Or the winner, I would not say the winner, but the triumph is not a man or a person. The triumph is the song. The triumph is the poem. The maestro, yes, is the poem. The poem is the maestro. It's not a human being. The poem or the song or the chant is the winner, is the triumph. The song is, or the poem, is upper than all the words upon all the texts. This is why Solomon wrote it, Shir HaShirim, Song of Songs. It's above everything. It's above all realities. The song is above all realities. It's not about personal doership, who's singing, who's playing, who is chanting, who is holding the sticks, just conducting sticks on the it's not about personal doership. The existing of a song, that something like this even exists, this is a winning. This is a triumph. because this is what life animates. This is what life animates. It might come through different people, but this is the highest emanation and animation of life ever. This is also why the song or the psalm is appearing as a binding agent. People can assemble around a song. They might have different opinions, yes? They might have different lifestyles, different cultural backgrounds and belief, but they can assemble around a song because this is above, so to speak, the manifested reality. So, dear friends, well, it was a quite enchanting conversation. I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here with us, because you were being here present in all those days under bombings, under rockets flying, when we had to unmute the microphone and tell you that now we have to leave and disconnect and connect, and asking friends, Felipe, Fernando, to continue broadcasting, Rodrigo. So you are here with us, yes? Your friendship, your being is being part of those songs, yes? All your being here is part of the song. It's not those are not two things. And we would like to thank you for this beautiful friendship and to wish you very beautiful days and marvelous life, and see you as soon as possible in peace. Amen.